All right. So once again, we're gonna be discussing our first major topic in SN, which is focusing on the listening skills. All right. So we have a very long lecture today. So please bear with me with the discussion. Please be present all throughout our lecture. Once in a while, you will be asked to type something in the chat box to monitor if you are still there. Okay, yung mga wala pang profile picture dyan, yung mga letter-letter lang yung lumilitaw sa pangalan, paki-plugin na ng profile picture ang inyong mga Google account, ang inyong official Google accounts. So madami-dami pa kayo. Tama yung ginawa ng inyong mga kaklase na ID photo with plain white background. Yan. So John Mark ha, papalit yung iyong profile photo and also with the others, pa-update ng inyong mga photos sa inyong BPSU Google account para hindi kayo mga ghosts dyan sa ating mga panels. Okay? So let's talk about listening. Okay, so this is an overview of all the things we have been covering so far. In the first recording, you were given discussion on the overview of English communication skills. So meron tayong discussion doon kung ano ang listening, speaking, reading, viewing, writing, and representing. For this particular session, we're going to discuss about listening skills, the stages and the importance of listening. I know that it's a very practical question na kapag sinabi natin, kapag tinanong natin na mahalaga ba na magkaroon tayo ng kakayahang makinig ng maayos, syempre alam natin automatically na ang sagot ay yes or oo. So this particular session, pag-usapan natin the different technicalities, the different theories, and the different things you can do to improve your listening skills. Okay, if you can notice, majority of your time, guys, as you can see in this graph, in this pie graph, more than half of your time is devoted into listening. If you can notice, no, yung based sa data na meron tayo dito, 53% of your time is devoted into listening. So that goes to show that we spend a lot of our time listening to people, listening to music, listening to, for example, in your case, listening to lectures, listening to your classmates, to your friends. So every successful communication requires you to become a very good listener. And that, of course, in any communication, there must always be a sender and a receiver. So when we speak, the other half is listening. Speaking and listening are two intertwined skills. So palagi silang magkasama. Hindi naman pwedeng may magsasalita, pero wala naman makikinig. Although meron naman talaga, pero syempre mga baliw lang gumagawa nun, di ba? But in real life situation and in a lot of professional situation, sa maraming pagkakataon, sa trabaho, sa buhay, personal, professional, we always know that if somebody speaks, somebody will listen. And our case for now is that yung tao ba nakikinig ba siya ng maayos sa pinakikinggan niya? Okay? So if you can go back to the lecture that you've listened to in our recording, I think na-discuss doon yung kaibahan ng hearing versus listening. So ano ba yung kaibahan ng hearing sa listening? So pag-usapan din natin 'yan in the next few slides. Kasi ako na lang muna dadaldal ha, all throughout para matapos natin yung lecture kasi kung hindi tayo matatapos. Okay? So, you started listening when you were infants, the moment you were born. You listen to the world around you and you begin to experiment with speech by imitating what you hear. Nung pagsimula ng age 2, nagsimula ka ng makinig talaga at magsalita. Okay, throughout the rest of your life, you will continue to use listening as a way of gathering information. Parang walang masyadong ibang madalas na paraan para makapagngalap tayo ng information bukod sa pakikinig. At syempre, pagsusulat. But usually, makikinig ka muna bago ka magsusulat, di ba? So, most of the information we gather are based on listening. Kaya napakahalaga talaga na marunong tayong makinig. Pero magkaiba yung naririnig lang sa nakikinig talaga. Or magkaiba yung nakikinig lang sa nakikinig talaga. Because we don't have literal translations of hearing versus listening, di ba? Ano ba yung Tagalog ng hearing? Nakikinig. Ano ba yung Tagalog ng listening? Nakikinig din, di ba? But in English, we have two terms. We have hearing and the other one is listening. Okay, are you an effective listener? If you are like most adults, you will probably answer yes, di ba? Pero kayo muna guys, how would you rate your listening skills? So you have their choices, excellent, very good, good, fair, poor, very bad. So kayo guys, paano nyo huhusgahan ang inyong pagiging magaling sa pakikinig? Are you excellent or very bad? Can you type in your answers in the chat box? Let's see. Let's have some survey from the class on how good you are based on your self-evaluation in terms of your listening skill. Nauna na si Louie, sabi niya good. Okay, sige. Keep them coming. Siyempre, sumi-safety tayo, no? Kasi ayaw natin sabihin na magaling na magaling, pero ayaw mong sabihin na hindi ka magaling. Wala mo magsasabi ng bad dyan. Honestly, lahat. Okay, at least si Christian, fair, sabi niya. Si Feliza, fair din daw. Okay na maging honest, guys, ha? Kaya ka tayo nag-aaral, di ba? But, good is a good answer pa rin. I mean, many people would answer good. Really. But, there would be some people who would answer fair. Nalang mo malakas sa loob dito na magsasabing very bad siya sa pakikinig. Matigas ang ulo, ganun. Okay, si Isabel, fair. Si Jermaine, fair. And then everyone else answered good. That's a normal answer, okay? A lot of people would say that they are good or very good listeners. Kapag inassess ang sarili. Pero pag nag-assess naman daw tayo ng ibang tao, sinasabi natin na weak naman ang kanilang listening skills is not that really good. Normally, ganoon naman talaga when we assess ourselves, we tend to assess ourselves a little bit higher than the other people around us. But the bottom line is, most people don't listen as effectively as they think they do. Okay? Yung ibang tao akala nila sobrang, sayang nga lang, kung meron tayong face-to-face class, meron sana akong ipapagawa sa inyong activity. Kasi ang hirap niyang gawin sa online, so hindi ko kayang magawa sa online. So, hindi nyo mabubuko nyo kasi ako pag online, kaya hindi ko siya magawa online. Just to test sana, I'm gonna test your listening skills. Kung talagang mahusay kayo makinig. Meron akong test na ginagamit but it's best done on-site. So, although our classes are to be held online, merong mga pagkakataon na mag-meet tayo sa school guys on-site if you are also here. Pero inaayos pa namin yun. Naghahanap pa kami ng classroom na pwede nating magamit if ever lang naman na we're gonna do some on-site classes. For sure, mas gusto nyo rin naman ng on-site class, di ba? Una kasi may baon, papasok sa school. Pangalawa, mas maganda yung interaction sa prof. Pangatlo, mas attentive kayo kasi syempre face-to-face yun, di ba? Tsaka mas masaya naman talaga mag-aral sa loob ng classroom. Pero dahil nandito tayo ngayon sa online, wala tayong choice, wala kayong choice, kundi paghusayan ang pakikinig. You listen really to your class lectures. Okay? So next. O sige, let's have another question. You answer yes, no, or sometimes. Ha? O let's participate, guys. No? So please type your answer as yes, no, or sometimes. Okay, first question. Have you ever felt that people just weren't listening to you when you were trying to tell them something? Naranasan nyo na ba na feeling ninyo hindi nakikinig yung kausap nyo kapag nakikipag-usap kayo sa kanila? Naranasan nyo ba yan madalas? Yes. No, hindi naman. Sometimes, paminsan-minsan. Okay, can you type in your answer? Sabi ni yes. Baka naman kasing ang daming yes. May mga yes ha, sige. Oo naman. May sometimes din. So bakit kaya ayaw makinig sa'yo ng kausap mo? Okay, maraming factor, di ba? Maraming reason why people won't listen to you or people don't pay attention to what you are saying. Ano-ano kaya yung mga possible na reason kung bakit yung mga tao ayaw makinig sa'yo? Pwede ba tayo magbigay ng mga assumption ninyo, guys? What could be the possible reasons why people will not listen to you when you were trying to tell them something? Sige nga, meron ba kayong naalala situation sa buhay nyo na kasi hindi interesado, nakatingin si Prof? Paano nakatingin si Prof? Nakatingin sa amin, Prof. Or distracted daw? Hindi interesado, distracted. Okay, sige. Pwede yun. We can actually say that a lot of people don't listen to someone because they're not interested. Pero may mga pagkakataon sa buhay natin, di ba guys, na kahit hindi interesting yung topic, kailangan mo talagang makinig. So, it's a matter of intention as well as discipline also. For example, sa school, may mga subject na ayaw mo, di ba? May mga topics na ayaw mo. For example, math. For example, kung di ka mahilig sa math or say for example, English or any other course. Pero dapat, even if you are not interested, kailangan makinig ka pa din kasi meron kang purpose eh. I mean, nag-aaral ka, kailangan mong ipasa yung course. Kailangan mong maintindihan yung lesson. You know, there are important, pero nawala yata ako ng internet. Narinig niyo ba ako? Opo, sige. Bigla kasing lumitaw yung disconnected sa aking monitor. Di ko alam kung bakit. Pero sige, nasa school kasi kami ngayon at pag lumagpas na ng alas 9 ng umaga sa BPSU ay nag-rumble-rumble na internet. Pero mukhang okay pa naman ngayon. O sige. Sabi ni Gab, hindi nakikinig kasi naglalaro. O yan, may mga taong ganyan, no? Nakikipag-usap ka tapos dumudot-dot ng cellphone. So hindi maganda yon kasi bastos yon. Yung mga taong, ako pag may ganyan ako kausap, pag mga kaibigan ko, may kausap ako tapos dudot-dot ng cellphone, syempre, papaano mo yung cellphone, di ba? Galinin mo siya. Anin mo yung cellphone sa akin. Makinig ka nga sa akin, huwag kang cellphone na cellphone. Sabi naman ni Rainylin, busy. Pero pag jowa, lagi may time, di ba? So, jowain niyo yung mga subject nyo sa school para lagi kayo may time. Ano pa? Bored. Sabi ko kanina, if you are bored or if you are not interested, kailangan lang ninyong paniwalain yung mga sarili nyo na kailangan nyo makinig. Kasi disiplina yon. Marami sa buhay natin, there are many things in life, in your career and in school where you will encounter a lot of not interesting topics. Pero kailangan nyo pa rin makinig kasi kailangan nyo siya. For the purpose of being professional or you need to study something. Okay? O sige. Next question tayo ha. Answer ko kayo ng yes, no, or sometimes. Next question. Do you find your mind wandering? Wandering means lumilipad ang isip when you should be listening to something. Do you have trouble paying attention when someone speaks for any length of time? Yan. Sino dyan yung mga maiksi ang attention span, lumilipad ka agad? Yes, ang daming lumilipad ang utak. Unang-una ni dyan, sila Thea. Okay. Alan, Jermaine. Pero sabi ni Louie, sometimes, okay, good. O si Alkine, sabi niya, no. Talaga ba, Alkine? Attentive palagi si Alkine. O bawal sinungaling, Alkine, ha? Really? Okay, sige, really? Sabi ng mga tao sa likod ko. Parang ayaw nila maniwala. Yes, sabi. Majority said that they are wondering when they should be listening to something. Actually, mahirap naman talaga, no? Especially kung nasa bahay ka, tapos mag-aaral ka, di ba? Tulad ngayon, you're at home, and you would want to listen to your prof, but you are distracted, kasi I'm sure iba din sa inyo, naka-on yung Google Meet pero totoo natutulog, nakahiga. O kaya nanonood ng nanonood ng TV show, o kaya nagva-Valorant diyan o nag-ML. Pero kayo bahala guys, no, kasi meron naman kayong mga choice, you're in college and you are expected to be more responsible sa inyong mga buhay. Ayan. So, 4 na taon lang kayo mag-aaral, guys. So, konting sakripisyo lang yon to get away from distractions. Actually, one of the tips to becoming a very good listener is to avoid or eliminate distractions. Ayan. So, tanggalin natin yung mga distractions para magkaroon tayo ng focus. And one way you can keep your focus is by writing down notes. Yan. Pwede ka magsulat habang nakikinig para hindi ka nabobore at hindi lumilipad ang utak mo sa kung saan-saan. Okay? Next question. Answer tayo ng yes, no, or sometimes. Do you have trouble remembering things you've been told, like how to get someplace or how to do something? May sinabi sa'yo, magtanong ka ng direction, tapos wala pang 30 seconds, nakalimutan mo na yung sinabi sa'yo. So are you that kind of person who tends to not remember anything right away? Yes, sabi nila, ang dami nagsabi sometimes. Sabi ni Mike, sometimes. Sabi ni Louie, yes. Mga random lang. Sabi ni Danlin, yes, double yes pa. Yes, yes. Makakalimutin si Danlin. Sabi naman ni Daryl with 2 exclamation points. Yes. Alright, sabi naman ni Justin, I sometimes. Pero sabi naman ngayon ni Alkine, I sometimes din. Okay, so very good, no? Marami naman talaga sa atin makakalimutin. In fact, after the lecture today, okay, 50% lang ang maalala ninyo. You will only remember 50% of what you've heard today. After 3 months, ay halos wala na kayong maalala sa pinag-usapan natin. So we have 4 months for the semester, right? August, September, October, hanggang December ang first semester. So bandang November, lahat ng pinag-aralan natin ngayong araw na to ay hindi na ninyo maalala. That's why it's very important for you to take down notes and go back to your lessons. But I'm sure you will remember the things that are very remarkable to you. Kung ano yung mga pinaka-interesado kayo, yun yung madalas mong naaalala. Di ba? Yan. Yan, if you answered yes or sometimes to any of these questions, you are like most other people. Some of your difficulty may come from the fact that you are not an auditory learner. Auditory learner means sila yung mga mahilig mag-aral ng nakikinig lang. Pero yung iba kasing mag-aaral, yung mga estudyante gusto nila nakikita nila. Kaya yung iba gusto ng on-site class. Yung iba naman extrovert, kaya gusto ng maraming kasama. Yung iba naman introvert, kaya okay lang sa bahay. Yung iba naman ay bodily kinesthetic, gusto maraming mga galaw-galaw sa katawan para mas active sila, etc. etc. So people learn differently. Pero wala kayong magagawa, guys. Talagang yung pakikinig ang numero 1 pamamaraan to do lecture. Tulad ngayon, di ba, kahit naman mag-tumbling ako at sumayaw dito, parang ang hirap yata gawin nun, no? Para ituro ko yung listening, para mag-tumbling ako, di ba? So, lecture talaga. You have to listen to your prof so you can drink from their fountain of knowledge, kumbaga. Okay? So, next tayo. Bilisan natin. Marami naman itong slides natin. 80 to. Okay, ayaw mag-load ng aking slide. Okay. Ay, video to, guys. Sige, skip na lang muna natin tong video. Mag-lecture na lang muna tayo. Okay, para makasave tayo ng time. Can go back to the videos later. Meron siyang tanong dyan what can we do to become better listeners? What are the different strategies that can improve your listening skills? You can answer that question by watching the video, Are You a Good Listener? But we're gonna skip that for now and let's move forward to our discussion. You can go back to that later on. Okay, the rest of develop your listening skills. With good listening skills, your life will be easier at home, at school, or in the workplace. ang dami-daming benepisyo ng pag-develop mo ng iyong pagiging mahusay na tagapakinig. It improves your relationships. It also improves your professional life in the future. Parang binabaliwala lang natin, no? Pero sa totoo lang, kung papansinin mo, marami sa mga problema natin sa buhay nag-uugat sa mga communication problems. Di ba? Pag nag-away-away magkakaibigan, kasi din nag-usap-usap, nag-away mag-jowa, kasi din nag-usap ng maayos, ay makinig ng isa, matigas yung ulo ng isa. Madaming mga pangyayari sa buhay natin, may i-connect natin sa communication problems. Okay, so kung yung mga tao lang daw sana marunong makinig, mas madali sanang magkakaintindihan. Okay? All right, so let's talk about the difference between listening and hearing. O sige, kung talaga nakinig sa unang lecture natin, yung recorded lecture natin na sinend ko last week. So how do you differentiate listening from hearing? O, pasikat naman kayo dyan. Sino yung mga nakinig? Anyone? O, sige, Louie, can you differentiate? What is the difference between listening and hearing? Nagtaas ba ng kamay o napindot lang?
Nagtaas po.
O sige,
Yung
Louie.
hearing po, parang nakikinig ka lang po. Pero sa listening po, nakikinig ka na may understanding po sa pinapakinggan po.
All right, perfect. Precisely. The keyword is, thank you, Louie. The keyword is understanding. So when you listen to someone, there is an effort for you to understand what the person has said. Pero yung mga pagkakataon talaga minsan na kahit nakinig ka na nakinig, di mo pa rin talaga maintindihan, di ba, yung mga sinasabi niya. Pero okay lang yon. Ang mahalaga, nandun ka para makinig sa kanya. Nakasagot, hindi mo pwedeng, sir, ang mahalaga, nandito ako para sa'yo. Hindi pwedeng ganun yung sagot, ha? Dapat, pag tinanong ka sa isang class lecture, you should be able to answer the question. Or, kung hindi naintindihan, pwede namang makipagklaruhan sa prof. Pero may mga pagkakataon, like in personal situation, like a friend opening up to you sa isang problema, di mo siya maintindihan talaga, di ba? Pero ang mahalaga, emotionally, psychologically, you are there, present, listening to the person. Okay, next. Alright, so listening happens after hearing and refers to the decoding of sound waves in your brain into meaningful words and messages. So yung sinasabi natin na understanding kasi nagkaroon ng meaning yung mga narinig na words and messages. And also, kailangan ko ano yung sinabi ni person pagkakahulugan sa mga salita na binitiwan ni speaker. There should be the same meaning. Or else, there is what we call as misunderstanding. Okay? So, hindi pwede na magkaroon ng misunderstanding sa communication. Sino rito yung mga tao na palaging napapaaway o napapasabak sa mga gulo kasi hindi naiintindihan yung mga sinasabi? Meron ba rito, naranasan nyo na ba yung experience na gano'n? Parang palagi kayong nagkakaproblema kasi laging namamali ng intindi yung mga tao sa inyo. Is there anyone here who experienced something like that? Do you ever experience that? A lot of times? Kung paminsan-minsan okay lang naman, pero kung madalas mong naranasan yan na napapahamak ka o nagkakaproblema ka because you are always misunderstood, ang problema ikaw talaga. Meron kang problema sa pagko-communicate. You are not able to communicate your message very well. Kaya nga effort talagang magsalita. Dapat i-assure mo na yung mga sinasabi mo ay maiintindihan ng kausap mo. Mahirap kasi yung misunderstanding, mahirap din yung miscommunication. Lalo na sa trabaho. Di ba ano mga major nyo guys? Iba-iba kayo, di ba? Meron ditong architectural drafting, merong architectural drafting dito, di ba? ARDT. Ano pang meron dito na major?
Mechanical po.
O, mechanical, di ba? Ano pang meron bukod sa mechanical? Meron pa ba? Dalawa lang yata, di ba? ARDT tsaka mechanical lang ang 1G. Am I
Opo.
right? Tama, no? So, example, mechanical. Namali ka ng dinig kay chip mechanic, no? Mechanical tech ba? Hindi pala automotive. O namali ka ng ginig kay boss. So namali ka ng pinabricate na machine. So ang laki ng nasirang gastos kasi hindi ka nakinig ng maayos. Sa mga architectural drafting din, no, hindi ka nakinig ng maayos kay boss, kay client, kung ano yung magiging design ng bahay na gagawin. So palpak yung trabaho. So nag-ugat yung kapalpakan ng trabaho dahil hindi nakinig ng maayos. So pag nasa trabaho ka, it's really important for you to become very attentive. You have to listen to instructions. You have to listen to details of what your boss or your colleague is telling you. Okay lang pag personal na buhay, mga mali-mali, ganun, konti lang. Pero kung yan ay sa trabaho, malaking problema yon because it will affect your standing as a professional. Pwede kang mawalan ng trabaho, pwedeng mababa ang performance mo, pwedeng magalit yung boss mo, pwedeng may mapahamak ng mga tao kasi hindi ka nakinig ng maayos instructions. Okay? Kaya yung mga engineers, yung mga planta, for example, pag sinabi nilang ganito exactly, kailangan mo sumunod, kailangan mo makinig sa instruction. Or else, pwedeng sumabog yung buong planta, pwedeng mapahamak yung maraming tao. Or in your case, pwedeng ma-disappoint yung inyong clients, yung customers. Siyempre, it will affect your job. It will affect your credibility as a professional. So, kailangan talaga makinig tayo ng maigi. Hindi lang ito pang lecture, talagang kailangan talaga sa career, sa personal na buhay natin. Okay, there are different stages of listening. So, it's a process. So, step 2 is understanding, step 3 is responding, step 4 is remembering. So, sobrang practical naman yan. So, when we talk about attending, it's when you start to pay attention sa iyong kausap. Siyempre, may nakipag-usap sa'yo, kailangan makinig ka. Kailangan mag-attend ka. You should be attending to the person. Then step 2, you have to understand. So, makinig ka ng maigi and understand what the person is saying. Pag hindi naintindihan, pwedeng magtanong ulit. Can you repeat what you said? Pardon please, paulit nga po, di ko po naintindihan. Pwede ka ring mag-clarify o mag-confirm. Halimbawa, tama po ba yung narinig kong sinabi nyo? Ganito po ba yung sinabi nyo? So, kailangan meron kasiguraduhan na nagkakaintindihan kayo. Do not assume palagi. In communication, assumption is not good because it might lead to misunderstanding. It might lead to miscommunication. So do not assume, sabi nga sa accounting, di ba? Do not assume unless otherwise stated. It's always better to ask, it's always better to confirm than to assume. And of course, may kinausap ka, kailangan mag-respond ka din. Step number 3, there must be a response or what we call as feedback. Oh, sorry naman nawawala yung nawawala. Pero we'll go back to that. Okay, we have feedback and then we have remembering. Sige, pero pala. Diretso mo na ba? Dito rin naman. Sige, balik ko na lang mamaya. Tapos na yung klase. Sorry guys. Ay, naka-record. Nag-record pala ako ng lecture. Ba't tumigil ako? Sige, okay lang. Alright guys. So, syempre may kausap ka, may response. Okay? Sasagot ka. We also call that feedback. And then we have remembering. Kung may kailangan alalahanin, kung kailangan maalala, kailangan alalahanin. Okay? Kung sinabi ni boss na, okay, please listen. I would like you to do this, do that, and do this. Siyempre, kailangan alalahanin mo lahat yun. Okay? Kaya hindi mo pwedeng tanong kanina na makakalimutin sa trabaho. Kung makakalimutin kami mga paraan para yung pagiging makakalimutin mo ay masolve mo. Tulad ng pag-take down ng notes, paggagawa ng mga alarms, etc. etc. Okay? So huwag niyo ipapahamak yung inyong trabaho because you are forgetful or not paying attention. Okay? Next. Ayun na nga, sabi na nga, the listening process begins with attending. It means that you are going to make a commitment to listen. Makinig ka ng maigi. Okay? And also, pay attention to what you hear. Okay? Sabi dito na, for example, if someone has a surefire method of picking lottery numbers, you will probably pay close attention. Sabi niya, sigurado daw siya kapag merong nagsabi sa iyo kung ano yung mga mananalong numero sa loto, guys, na sobrang attentive kayo makinig. Bibigyan kayo ng mga sitwasyon na talagang grabe yung attention yung makinig. Ano-ano yung mga example ng situation na yon na grabe yung attention yung nakikinig. Alam niyo yan, huwag kayong magkunwari. Class lecture. Siyempre, tama si Mapi, chismisan. Okay? Pag chismisan ng lahat ay nakikinig, talagang walang detalyeng may iwan. Sabi naman ni Alan ay footstep. Naku, ang weird naman no, nakakatakot. No? Pag sa gabi, inaabangan mo sa gabi na may yabag na mga paa naglalakad. Oo nga, ang galing ng mga bata dyan. Pag sinabing walang pasok, talagang yung mga tengang lalaki, no? Talagang naririnig lahat. Or pero sabihin sa reading, no? Pag yung mga estudyante, kapag binigyan mo ng handout, at sa tinanong mo tungkol sa handouts, walang matandaan sa binasa. Pero kapag mga post tungkol sa walang pasok, aba, pati period ay pansin na pansin ng mga estudyante. Okay? Pag hindi papasok yung prof, alam na alam ang balita na wala si prof. Pero laging nakakalimutan na merong assignment. Okay? Pag pinagsabihan ng magulang, syempre no, talaga seryoso 'yan. Makikinig ka talaga. Hindi pwedeng hindi. Pag may recitation after ng lecture, pag sinabi ni prof na, mamaya meron tayong graded recitation, tatawagin surprise kung sino sasagot, ay nako, panigurado, makikinig ang mga estudyante. Pero kung di mo naman gano'n, ayoko nang nakaka-pressure na gano'n, guys. I mean, ako, college na to, ang advice ko sa inyo is, malalaki na kayo, dapat maging responsable kayo para sa inyong mga sarili. You should really take your time to study your lessons. Hindi kailangan pagbantaan pa para lang mag-aral. Okay? Kayo mahilig kayo sa ganyan eh. Kailangan pagbantaan pa kayo para mag-aral kayo ng mabuti. Dapat yung kagustuhang mag-aral nanggagaling sa sarili. Hindi dahil na pagbantaan lang kaya nag-aaral. It's always better to have your personal internal motivation than to be pressured by, external threats or whatever. Mas maganda ikaw talaga mismo sa sarili mo, mag-aaral ka kasi alam mo sa sarili mo na kailangan mo mag-aral, kailangan mo makinig sa mga prof mo. Okay? Alright. Sige. Next tayo, guys. Kung meron kayong tanong, just type in the chat box or if you wanna share something, yung chat box natin ay open para sa lahat. Okay? When we are listening also, guys, take note of body language, gestures, and facial expressions. In terms of facial expression, syempre, I think all of you guys know naman how to read facial expressions. Syempre, siguro alam niyo naman kung ano itsura ng taong malungkot, itsura ng taong masaya, itsura ng taong galit, itsura ng taong pagod. Huwag na kayo lumayo, pati niyo lang yung mukha ko, okay? Itsura ng taong pagod. Okay. Super pagod, guys. Tumungan lang tayo nagkita-kita, di ba? After 2 weeks pa, bago tayo nagkita-kita. Pero bawi-bawi tayo. So we're gonna be holding our classes today and next Monday. Kasi every Monday and Tuesday. Yan. So meron tayo ulit classes sa Monday next week. Alright, how about body language? Marunong ba kayo magbasa ng body language? Siyempre pag sinabi natin okay, thumbs up. Ito, ano to? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay
Good.
din sa mga diver. Pwede din sa sugal. Sa ibang bansa naman, this means asking for sex naman. So iba-iba, no? Iba-iba yung quality. Sabi, nga, no? Bagay ng quality. Sa Pilipinas yon. Sa ibang bansa, hindi po pwede bastos yon. Marami pang ibang klase ng mga body language like kapag yung gumagano yung balikat, kibit-balikat. Ano ibig sabihin ng kumikibit-balikat? Anong meaning nun? So madami, no? Meron akong meron naman tayong discussion tungkol dyan sa body language. More specific. So ba't ano sinasabi itong mga body language sa itong mga facial expression? Because remember that communication composed of verbal and non-verbal elements. Pag sa ating verbal, ito yung mga gumagamit ng words like our spoken words. And the non-verbal, these are the type of communication that uses symbols tulad ng body language. Siyempre yung tao pinagkasalita, kasama dyan ang facial expression. When we speak, kasama yung body language, kasama yung mga gestures, yung kamay, di ba? When you speak, yung mga kamay mo, nagmamando-mando, nagmumestra-mestra. So lahat yon ay kumukumpleto sa kahulugan. It makes the whole message richer and more complete. Parang ang pangit, di ba, pag yung taong kausap mo parang robot, hindi gumagalaw yung mata, hindi gumagalaw yung walang ngiti, walang expression yung muka. So robotic, no? Pag robotic yung kausap mo, hindi maganda yon, parang weird, kakaiba. It's not very human. All right? So that's why it's important for speakers to use body language because it makes their message more complete and richer. Okay? Hindi ka robot, kaya mas okay. Na pag nagsalita ka, gumagamit ka ng mga facial expressions. May mga kilala ba kayong kaibigan na panagsalita parang patay. walang ka-emote-emote yung pagsalita niya. May kilala ba kayong ganon? Sana wala, no? Baka multo yung kakilala niyo na yon. Okay. Next, zombie, kumbaga. Yan. Walang emotion, zombie. Okay, the next step in the listening process is understanding. So pangalawa, after mong mag-attend sa iyong kausap, kailangan merong understanding. So how well you understand depends on a lot of mas naiintindihan pag Tagalog, pag Taglish, pag pure English nahihirapan. Some would easily understand the message because of the vocabulary. Pero kapag limited ang vocabulary mo, if you have very limited English, it will be difficult for you to understand English. So ibang estudyante, they're asking me kung bakit sila nahihirapan mag-English. So sabi ko, nahihirapan kayo mag-English kasi kokonti lang yung words na alam ninyo about English. So to make your English better, one of the best way you can do is to learn more English words so you can speak more of English. Okay yun, di ba? And also read a lot of English so you can improve your vocabulary. So other people, they listen because they want or they need the information. Kailangan ko kasi yan kaya makikinig ako. Hindi ko yan kailangan, daw ako makikinig. Mga ganon. Also, is the message something you care about? So meron ka kasing pake kaya nakikinig ka. Pag wala kang pake, ayaw makinig. Is the person speaking believable? Totoo yan, di ba? There are some people we don't want to listen to them because we don't believe them. Parang sabi mo sa utak mo, di ba? Ba't naman ako makikinig dyan? Kilala ko yan, no? Di naman kapanipaniwala yung taong yan. Yung mga ganun tayong eksena minsan. So, that would also hinder or it will what they call that, our trying to understand the other person will not be possible kasi meron ka ng judgment kaagad na ayoko maniwala dyan kasi hindi siya kapanipaniwala. Another, do you want to know what that person is saying? Gusto ko makinig sa kanya, gusto ko malaman yung sinasabi niya. Sometimes we don't want to listen because we don't agree with the person speaking. Pero minsan guys, kailangan mo makinig talaga kahit hindi ka nag-agree sa sinasabi niya kasi kailangan mo makinig. For the sake of listening and respect, you have to listen to the person. Sometimes we listen not to disagree or to agree, but just for the sake of trying to understand the point of someone. paniniwala at mga pagpapahalaga sa buhay. For example, ako ayoko nakikinig kay Harry Roque kanaya mo talaga ako doon. Si Harry Roque, guys, kilala niyo ba si Harry Roque? Di ba kinaiirita sa kanya? Sino pa? Si Larry Gadon, kilala niyo? Nakakayamot yung mga yan, di ba? Actually, ayoko na rin makinig kay VP Sara, nayamot na rin ako sa kanya eh. Dati gusto ko makinig sa kanya, gusto ko siyang bigyan ng chance sa mga sinasabi niya. Kasi wala siya yung vice president natin. Pinipilit ko namang intindihin. Mula nang naging vice presidente siya, pinipilit ko namang intindihin at sinasabi niya. Kasi lang talagang wala hindi ko talaga mag-gets yung sinasabi niya. Parang hindi ka pareho ng values ko sa buhay. So ayoko na makinig sa kanya. Okay? So, usually pag ayaw natin yung values ng kausap natin, ayaw natin makinig sa kanila. Ayoko makinig dyan kasi masamang tao yan, yung mga ganon. Okay, so those are one of the reasons why we tend not to understand other people because of those reasons. Pero ganun din naman feeling ko wala naman ako marututunan dyan. So kahit anong pilit ko, ayoko na lang makinig siguro dyan. Pero minsan, pag may mga issue, nakikinig pa rin ako sa kanila para lang malaman kung ano yung point nila, para maunawaan ko din sila. Pero madalas, pag nakinig ako sa kanila, wala din, disappointed pa din ako kasi wala talaga di ba? For example, si Harry Roque nga, di ba? Ang dami-dami nating pilit na intindihin sila pero wala. Okay? Alright, next. Understanding only happens when the message your brain creates is very similar to the message the speaker intended to send. Okay, remember that when you say something, the meaning should be the same when the person received the message. Basta ang golden rule sa communication is that dapat pareho kayo ng pagkakaintindi. Hindi po pwedeng magkaiba kayo ng pagkakaintindi sa pinag-usapan nyo. Basta palaging gano'n, yun ang golden rule natin in communication. The meaning must be the same between the speaker and the receiver. Okay ba yun? Sobrang practical lang, di ba? Nung mga pinag-aaral. What we're studying are very practical. These are just a reminder to all of you guys. So dapat, pipilit natin na maabot yung pagkakaunawaan. We should strive to understand each other. Hindi maghihiwalay na magkaiba ang naintindihan. Or miscommunication will happen. Okay, remember also that communication is a two-way street. Pag sabing two-way street, so may magsasalita, may mag-feedback. Okay, in terms of feedback, the feedback must be correct. The feedback must be in response to the message being listened to. Meron na ba kayong mga taong nakausap na na ito yung sinabi mo tapos yung sagot iba? 'Di ba? Parang abnormal kausap. Iba yung sinasagot sa sinasabi mo. So mahirap kausap yung mga ganon, di ba? Kung gusto niyo na maraming sample ng ganyan, yung ito yung tanong tapos yung sagot kakaiba. Gusto niyo maraming example. Manood kayo ng Senate hearing, guys. Madami doon sa Senate hearing. Manood kayo ng mga hearing ng Senado. Marami kayo mapapanood doon na ito yung mensahe tapos ang sagot out of this world. Di mo malaman kung saan nanggagaling yung mga sagot. O, di ba, tawa kayo? O, panoorin niyo yung Senate hearing kay Robin Padilla at si attorney, sino na ba yun? Si attorney, yung sabi niya parang tanong ni Robin Padilla, ano ang tawag sa, posible ba na nangyayari yung may-ari ng kumpanya, hinaharas niya yung empleyado, nangyayari din daw ba na yung empleyado nangaharas ng boss? Anong sabi ni attorney, sino nga ba attorney na yun? Ang sabi ni attorney, nangyayari naman po talaga na yung boss nangaharas ng empleyado. Tapos yung empleyado, posible naman talaga na nangaharas ng boss. Pero ang tawag daw doon sa boss na hinaharas ng empleyado ay tanga. Tanga doon. So ang saya, di ba? Manood kayo ng mga Senate hearing, gusto niyo ng mga example ng mahusay na pagsagot. Ang tanong mo ay 1 plus 1, ang sagot ay 11. So magkaiba ang sagot sa tanong. Kung ganyan lang din kayo guys, na tinanong kayo ng 1 plus 1, sagot nyo 11, aba siguro mag-drop out na kayo sa BPSU kung ganun lang din, di ba? De, biro lang yon. Pero syempre, ang sinasabi lang natin, we need to be very critical, we need to be very intelligent, kung ano ang tanong, yun ang sagot. Okay? So, the correct feedback is a must for successful communication to happen. Okay? Ano pa? Paano daw ang gagawin kapag yung kausap mo parang hindi ka naiintindihan? Okay? So when listeners look puzzled, a good speaker will repeat or rephrase the message until their faces show understanding. Okay? If listeners slouch and look bored, they show the speaker that they are not attending to the message or that they don't care about it. When this happens, speakers, yung ibang speaker na yayamot, no, nagagalit or naging impatient sila. So they give up and part of the messages goes unsent. Kasi nga naman nakakayamot ka naman kausap, di? Huwag na nga din kausapin kasi wala din namang kwenta kausap. So ganun yung magiging peg ng ibang tao. Pero kung matyaga ka talaga, gusto mo talagang ipaintindi sa kausap mo yon, di tiyagain mo. The receiver must work also to understand the message and avoid misunderstandings. Okay? Next, I think may video na naman to kaya. Ayan, meron tayong video ng how to avoid miscommunication but we're gonna skip that for now and let's just watch the videos. Mamaya, pag may time pa tayo, at the end of the discussion. The last piece of the listening process has to do with remembering. Yan. Siyempre, pag nag-uusap kayo, huwag mo kakalimutan na alalahanin kung ano ang mga napag-usapan so that the message will remain useful to you over time, kung may silbi man yon. Okay? In general, people remember only about half of what they have heard even right after the message has been received. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, mamaya after ng klase natin, yung kalahati ng pinag-usapan natin, nakalimutan nyo na. Tapos after 8 hours, okay, ay 35% na lang ang inyong maaalala. Tapos bukas, o pagkalipas ng 2 buwan, ay 1/4 na lang ng mga pinag-usapan natin ang inyong maaalala. Ang hula ko, katawang part kasi interesado kayo, hindi nyo makakalimutan. At least, naalala nyo na may mga taong kausap na parang tanga kausap. Iba-iba ang sinasabi kapag tinatanong or kapag kausap. You should remember that it should not happen. Okay? Next is, listening requires effort. It doesn't just happen. Listeners must do something to transfer information, okay, into long-term memory. Yan, okay? If they want it available later. How the listener chooses to remember depends on his or her pag hindi mo masyadong kailangan, di mo na naalala, di ba? Yun naman talaga eh. Pag di ka na kailangan, hindi ka na maalala. Ay, parang iba yan, no? O sige. Doon tayo sa next na, yan. Again, no, if you can remember kanina, 55% of what we do every day, we devote on listening. Tapos 1/4 lang ng araw natin devoted to speaking. Pero nila kung teacher ka o taga-call center ka, malamang-lamang, marami-rami yan. I don't know guys, kung nagbabasa pa kayo ng mga lecture nyo, 15% of your time daw are usually devoted to reading and 5% to writing. Okay? Lalo na kayo guys, nag-aaral kayo. So, maghapon kayo nakikinig sa mga lectures, di ba? Ilang units kayo ngayong SEM na to? Ilang units ang inyong courses? 30, 24, 26, 28? Ilang units kayo ngayon? Remember that 1 unit is equivalent to 1 hour, di ba? Kung meron kayong 10 subject, meron kayong 30 hours a week. Kung lahat yung teacher nyo na mag-lecture ng lahat ng oras nila, say kung for example, you have 10 hours, ay 30 units, hindi 30 hours a week yun. So 30 hours kayo nakikinig sa mga lecture, sa mga discussion. So it's really important for you guys to develop your very good listening skills. Okay? So let's now talk about the different types of listening. So number one, we have non-listening. Yan yung pinakamalala sa lahat. Talagang hindi nakikinig. We have marginal listening. We have attentive listening, critical listening, and we have appreciative listening. So isa-isahin natin yung mga klase ng mga listening na yan o lalabas sa exam yan. O dahil dyan, attentive na yung mga yan. For sure, lalabas ng exam tong mga to, no? Ano yung kaibahan ng mga klase ng listening na to. So let's talk about first non-listening. Obviously, the name says it all. Hindi nakikinig. Non-listening takes place when receivers consciously, kung sabihin consciously, ibig sabihin nun, sinasadya mo, no? Sinasadya mong hindi makinig. Yan. Tulad ngayon, no? Yung iba sa inyo, malamang, nakabukas ang Gmeet pero naglalaro ng Valorant o ng ML. Yung iba sa inyo ngayon, nakabukas ang Gmeet pero nasa mall, naggagala sa SM. Iba naman sa inyo ay nakikinig kunwari pero sa swimming pool outing pa pala, extended pala ang long weekend niya. Okay? So ang lagi ko sinasabi as I always tell you guys, as I will always tell you guys, you are in the college level and we expect you to be more independent in your learning and be more responsible on your accountabilities. Kung may kailangan kayong gawin, kailangan umattend ng klase, it's your decision to be attentive with your course requirements or your course activities. Ayaw makinig, non-listening. Sinadyang hindi makinig, non-listening. Okay, non-listening has its uses. May mga silbi naman yan. Ano yung mga pagkakataon na ayaw mo makinig? Yung example, nag-aaway kayo ng jowa mo, ayaw mo pakinggan, di ba? Nakakayamot kasi minsan, di ba? So ayaw makinig. Ano pa yung mga pagkakataon na pwedeng hindi ka makinig? Kapag galit ka, di ba? Okay, sermon ng magulang, pwede, no? Deadma ka lang. Yan, dinededma mo sila. Okay, ano pa yung mga pagkakataon? Pag wala na pong sense yung argument, oo, pwede, no? Talagang leave group na. Mag-leave na ako sa GC, walang kwenta kausap. At syempre, tama si Mapi, no? Yung Senate hearing ni Robin Padilla, huwag natin pakinggan. Pakinggan pa rin natin kasi meron tayong pulot na ano doon. Oo, ng mga example na kung paano maging tanga. So wag tayong, meron pa rin lesson doon. Ano pa pag inuutusan ng nanay? Oy, masama yan, Jermaine. Dapat makinig kapag inuutusan ng nanay na bumili ng suka o ng toyo. Okay? Ano pa? Pero gusto ko talaga yung sabi ni Princess, no, pag walang kasenses yung kausap. Ay, sa totoo lang. Pag walang kasenses, ay nako, leave GC, mga walang kwenta kausap. Nakakayamot. O sige. But it's a bad habit. People falling into without meaning to. Pag wala naman, no, it happens when people stop listening for the wrong reason. Kung tama naman yung reason mo, okay lang. Pero pag mali yung reason, wag naman, guys. Okay, so that's an easy topic, ha. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Ito pa pala, ano ba yung mga pagkakataon kung bakit ay makinig ng mga tao kapag yung speaker ay mahirap intindihin? Ano pa? Kapag yung speaker ay mahirap sa kanya. Ano ba? The listener doesn't understand the vocabulary. Sobrang hirap ng English niya. Sir, ang hirap ng English niya, hindi ko maintindihan. Ang lalim. Okay, so mahirap yon. Madaming mga unfamiliar or technical words. The listener doesn't understand the language well. Well, if that's English, you have to work harder on your English. Pero syempre, sino naman mag-lecture ng Koreano dito, di ba? O ng Japanese. So, depende na yun. The speaker is not using the listener's first language. Ano pa? Yung mga dahilan ba't ayaw makinig ng iba? The listener is afraid. O, pwede rin yun, no? Ayoko marinig. Natatakot ako marinig na sabihin mo. Mga ganon. Eksena yun, drama yun, di ba? Ayoko makinig sa sabihin mo. Natatakot ako. Alright. The listener is narrow-minded. The speaker's words threatens a personal opinion. Or pwede rin tamad kasi nakikinig. Tulad ng iba dyan na nakahiga lang sa higaan ngayon. Kunwari nakikinig. Kung meron man. Sana wala, no? The listener is focused on him or herself and isn't interested in anything else. Siyempre, hindi siya interesado talaga. Wala tayong magagawa doon pag hindi interesado. Next, let's talk about, natanong ko na kanina yan, pero let's move forward with marginal listening. So marginal listening is a little skim reading. Skimming is like when you try to read something ng mabilisan, hinahapyawan mo lang. Yan, pahapyaw lang. Listeners pay only enough attention to the sounds around them to tune in when the messages are important and tune out when that aren't. So, pag sabi marginal, parang selective. Selective listening. May mga pinipili kang pakinggan depending on the situation. Examples, I think may example tayo dito. For example, you need to tune out sounds that don't affect you. For example, nakatira ka sa bahay malapit sa riles ng tren. Siyempre, hindi mo naman napapakinggan yung or under an airport approach. Do you hear every train or plane that passes? Depende, di ba? Halos di mo na mapansin kasi meron ka ng ibang gustong pinakikinggan or that's something that gets your attention. When you are listening to the radio, do you listen to all the commercials or all of the news items? So, hindi naman lahat. So, when we say marginal listening, we say selective listening. Halimbawa, kung ikaw ay nasa isang lugar na maingay sa paligid, tapos kailangan mo makinig sa kausap mo, so pipiliin mong mapakinggan yung boses ng kausap mo kahit maraming iba pang mga boses ang naririnig sa paligid mo. So we call that marginal or selective. Headset, no, talagang affected yung ano mo. Okay, marginal listening means keeping your ears open for keywords or sounds that will tell you when to start listening and paying attention. Yan. Sabi ko kanina, halimbawa kung nakatira ka sa bahay na ang dami-daming tao, di ba? So medyo maingay, may umiyak na bata, maingay yung nanay, may nagbibidyoke sa kapitbahay, tapos sa attend ka ng online class, tapos wala kang headset, ang meron ka lang ay internal speaker ng cellphone o ng laptop mo. So syempre, talagang you would do marginal listening so you can focus on what or whom to listen to. So ang tawag natin doon sa klase ng listening na yon ay marginal listening. Okay? So they know how to focus their attention and listen even when they don't agree with the speaker's opinion. They are tired, hungry, frustrated. Their personal problems overwhelm them. They think something that will be too difficult for them. They encounter new ideas. They think a topic like history, classical music, etc. is boring or stupid. Okay, so good listeners and learners never tune out automatically. They always make sure that the messages they decide to ignore are only those that are not important to them. Siyempre, pag namimili ka ng papakinggan, pipiliin mo na kung ano yung pinaka-importante yung kailangan mong mapakinggan or pinaka-importante yung kailangan mong marinig sa iyong situation. Okay? So, ano-ano mga pagkakataon daw pinaka-okay ang marginal listening? I think meron tayong mga examples kanina, so okay na yon para matapos natin ang ating discussions. Letter C, we call this attentive listening. So, attentive listening means listening with a purpose. Meron kang tinitingnan na purpose kung bakit ka nakikinig. This is the kind of listening to do when you have decided to pay attention because you need the information. Tulad na lamang ng pag-attend sa mga class lecture. So you need attentive listening in this kind of situations because you need the information. May iba kasi mga prof na hindi namimigay ng handouts, hindi namimigay ng PowerPoint. Ang gusto lang nila, makinig kayo, tapos mag-notes kayo. Tapos may exam. Walang binibigay na handout. So it could possibly happen. So you need to pay attention because you need the information. Okay? Hindi naman nila pinamimigay yung kanilang mga PowerPoint. Yun na nga, perhaps you are at a lecture on how to use the internet or maybe you are manaputol yata. Okay. So, when we talk about attentive listening, you focus on the most important message. Okay? Attentive listening is really just concentrating on what you hear and using all your energy to understand the message. It takes place sa mga pagkakataon tulad ng pakikinig sa lecture, sabi mo kanina, pakikinig sa instruction, pakikinig sa explanation, direction, or anything you need to remember. So we call that attentive listening. Yan, meron dapat tayong game na gagawin, pero next session na lang. Let's just finish all the lecture. Now, let's talk about critical listening. So, critical listening is really a part of attentive listening. It takes place when you are looking for correct and accurate information. Not everything you hear or everyone you listen to provides accurate messages, so the listener has to judge or evaluate both the speaker and the message before deciding to accept or reject it. Good listeners need to develop strategies to help them evaluate what they listen to. Pag sinabi natin critical listening, hindi ito fault finding ha. Hindi ito yung naghahanap ka ng mali sa pinakikinggan mo. Okay? But you are looking for correct and accurate information. It's not fault finding. Critical listening is not fault finding. It's looking for correct and accurate information. So may iba naman yung naghahanap ng mali. Sa naghahanap ng tama at accurate information. Again, the word critical does not necessarily mean finding fault with something. It means evaluating the speaker and the message to see if it is a true message and one that applies to you. Okay? So much of what you listen to every day is designed to persuade you to change your mind or act in a certain way. Okay? If the situation calls for you to decide on something, whether to agree, to disagree, or to change your decision, your behavior, your lifestyle, you are actually engaging with critical listening. Tulad ng mga commercials, yung mga sinasabi ng mga motivational speakers, okay? Di ba ang tawag doon ay critical listening. Yung napapersuade ka, na-inspire ka na baguhin yung buhay mo after mo siyang pakinggan. Na after mo siyang pakinggan, sabi mo, bago na ako simula bukas. Yan, mga critical listening. Those are designed to persuade you. Persuade you means to convince you to support, reject, or change something in your life, or you are expected to change your behavior in a certain way. All right? Persuasion is often a speaker's goal. As a listener, it is your responsibility to evaluate the speaker's truthfulness and motivation. Ang problema nga lang, guys, make sure lang na yung pinakikinggan mo ay tama at totoo yung sinasabi niya. Kasi baka mamaya maging biktima kayo ng scam, ng mga panloloko, or kayo ay mabudol-budol lang. So it's really important for you to become critical, evaluate. Basta wag palaging basta naniniwala sa mga narinig at sinasabi ng iba. Yayaman ka dito. In 1 year, magkakakotse ka na. In 3 years, may bahay ka na. Ito lang gawin mo, mga ganon. So, oo ka naman ng oo, di ba? You have to really evaluate the truthfulness of the person speaking and evaluate whether those are accurate, those are true, those are correct. Kasi hindi mo pwede na naluloko ka. Kaya nga nag-aral para matrain yung utak mo to evaluate things, tapos magpapaloko ka lang. Okay, to be critical listener, you should decide whether the speaker has the experience and knowledge to give the correct information. Tulad na nagsabing, yayaman ka dito, pero siya mayaman ba? Yumaman ba siya? Okay? Decide whether the speaker is impartial, siya ba ay objective. Decide if the speaker's sources and facts are reliable. Baka ang reference ay TikTok lang. So dapat ang ating mga sources ay reliable. Pero may question din dyan paano malalaman kung ang source ay kapanipaniwala? Okay, we will study that in the final part of our course. Decide also whether there is enough information to make a good decision. Do not decide unless you have researched, you have done a very extensive research about the topic or about the product or about the person you are speaking to. Bago kayo maniwala, alamin nyo muna, background check nyo muna lahat ng information ng call dyan. Huwag kang basta oo, wag kang basta bibili, wag kang basta mag-accept, wag kang basta sasali. Kailangan alamin mo muna lahat ng anggulo nung pinakikinggan mo na yan. Decide whether the speaker's reasoning is accurate and logical. Meron tayong separate discussion on critical listening. So you will be taught how to determine the different fallacies or the different kinds of arguments that are not true and that are not correct. Kasi marami tayong narinig ngayon na akala mo totoo pero mali pala. Marami sinasabi yung mga tao na akala mo kapanipaniwala pero hindi naman pala dapat paniwalaan. So you need to become a very critical listener para ma-detect mo yon. Kasi kung hindi train yung utak mo, hindi ka train para ma-detect yon, talagang madali kang maluloko sa lahat ng naririnig at nakikita mo araw-araw. Okay? So, ayun na nga si Harry Roque guys. So, nakakatawa. Pakinggan nyo nga yung sinabi niya kung alam mo maraming backstory to tsaka ang daming pwedeng pag-usapan dito. But if you will apply your critical listening skills here, talagang mababad trip ka talaga sa kanya. But anyway, sayang naman yung pagkakapost ng video niya. Play na natin.
Hindi na po ito laban ng Duterte at Marcos. Ang laban po ngayon ay puwersa ng kadiliman laban sa puwersa ng kasamaan.
Isa pa, play pa natin sa'yo
Hindi na po ito laban ng Duterte at Marcos. Ang laban po ngayon ay puwersa ng kadiliman laban sa puwersa ng kasamaan.
O di ba yung mga nakikinig sa kanya, di mo malaman kung nakikinig ba talaga. Okay, so siguro maraming backstory to, no? Tsaka dami pwede pag-usapan dito when it comes to listening. But it's just an example on how people become not critical because of what they have heard. So natawa kayo, dami nagtatawanan sa reaction, pero sige, assume ko na yung mga nakakatawang reaction na yon ay proof that you understand kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Okay, so sige, tuloy na natin. And another one is appreciative listening. Ito naman yung listening na ginagawa natin just to appreciate something. Usually we do this for leisure. We do this to have our pastime. Tulad ng pakikinig sa music. Ayan, okay? Appreciative listening relates to music or literature. It involves both attentive and critical listening as well as open-mindedness. So after mo makinig, na-relax ka, masaya ka, na-inspire ka, ganun. Nagkaroon ka ng mas magandang mood after mo pakinggan yung isang bagay. Usually, pa nakikinig kayo ng music, praise song, or mga motivational speaker. Pero ba kayong favorite na mga inspire? Hindi Kong TV, ganun. Puro katatawanan, tsaka kalokohan. Masaya naman, pero we're talking about here something that would inspire us, something that would give us, create a mood, a positive mood sa ating mga sarili. Okay? Okay naman sila Kong TV, nakakatawa, pero ano ba, spoken poetry are really good things. Ito yung wala ko ma-appreciate nyo to, itong spoken poetry na to about friendship, but this is a very good spoken poetry friendship na napakinggan ko ever. Maybe let's watch this one. Three minutes lang naman to, so bigyan natin siya ng chance. Pero ang internet ay naglo-loading.
Ano pa naman tugtugin dun? Yeah, step
And
three.
then,
How many poems on friendship do you know exist? I'll be honest when I say I don't know that many. And I don't think that's surprising at all. I mean, we're Filipino after all, right? We treat romance like it's the most important thing in the world. We treat love like the sea, hopping on every love boat that we can to get from point A to point B, cherishing every moment, every luxury, every memory. And I honestly think that's great. But do we ever write about friends? Surprisingly, not a lot. Surprisingly, not enough. So, as short as this may be, though it may not be long enough to tell you how much you really do mean to me, let me thank you, friend, for everything, for all that you've done for me. I thank you, friend, for being there long before I even found love, long before my first kiss, long before I realized that I even like girls, even. Thank you, friend, for being there. And thank you for shipping me even though I never really asked you for your opinion. Thank you for thinking of me and throwing me a lifesaver. I thank you, friend, for being by my side long before Pokemon Go even entered the picture. I'll be honest with you, you were never my starter Pokemon, you were never my first choice, but you came into my life. It may have started with you borrowing a pen or a school project that we had to work on together, or maybe something as simple as trading cards even. You came when I needed you the most. And even though the journey was never easy, there was never a gym leader I was afraid to face with you by my side. As the song goes, what probably never meant to refer to anything related to school. You teach me, and I teach you. For helping me set my sails long before I realized I even wanted to venture out into the world. Thank you for being my wind, my first mate, my navigator even. Thank you for sticking out for the breaking and all the burning, through all the cannon fire and all the tides that kept us turning. I thank you for everything. Most especially helping me keep my ship together. Though I can thank you in so many ways, my friend, maybe let me thank you just the best one. So grab your bags and hoist the colors. Call all of our little sisters and all our little brothers because adventure's calling us and we've only got today. So even though I've thanked you enough, I hope you'll allow me just one last request where you'll say, sure, I've got the ship ready, old friend. So how about I thank you with one more adventure?
All right, so that was a combination of music and poetry, di ba? So, kung mahilig kayo sa poetry, ma-appreciate nyo to. Matching with music. And that's very entertaining and inspiring also at the same time. Okay, so marami pang mga ganyan. Okay, so for this segment of the discussion, ito na yung kalahating part niya. And we'll continue all the lessons from slide 50 to 85 next meeting. So we're gonna be ending our discussion on that note. Okay, so once again, don't forget to sign the attendance, guys. Magko-close na yon in 1 minute, pero can we just have a class attendance photo for this one? Can we open our camera kahit mga 10 seconds lang for documentation lang? Tala sa bahay naman kayo. All right, so let's do this in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Show up, guys. Na kayo mahiya. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On the camera. Okay, thank you, everyone. I'll see you again online this coming Monday. O, yung iba na huli na. Okay lang yun. Please visit your Google Classroom always for updates and for more information. So my time is up. Maraming pong salamat and
Thank you po, sir.
see you again.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Sige po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, sir.